Hey, what's good, 10K gang? Now today's video, I'm going to be talking about Kawhi Leonard. Now I know you guys been hearing the news about Kawhi, and basically headlines saying that Kawhi Leonard is basically frustrated with the San Antonio Spurs organization. And we all know Kawhi Leonard has been injured for a while. He had a quad injury. He got injured last year in the playoffs, game 1 against the Warriors. And basically, he was supposed to only sit out for the rest of that offseason and the preseason, supposed to come back by the time the season started. But as you can see, that didn't happen. And his debut got pushed back. Then recently, he was supposed to debut again against the Mavericks on December the 12th. But then the San Antonio Spurs organization saw that he was not playing. They just saw that he was still sore. And I guess he went up to him and told him that he was still sore. So basically, he's still in rehab right now, and his quad is still sore, so he's not full effect. He can't play his full game right now. And there's just a lot going on just because they keep pushing him back. And it's just a lot going on for Kawhi Leonard just because the people that's rehabbing him, it's taking longer than usual. It's taking longer than they expected. As you can see, the same situation really happened with Isaiah Thomas last year. He got injured when he was supposed to play the Cavs during the playoffs. He got injured, and his rehab was taking longer than expected. You know what I mean? As you can see, he finally just came back like not too long ago, about a month or two. So he's been out for a couple months, nearly half of the season. As you can see, Kawhi Leonard has been out for a little bit. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. They traded Isaiah Thomas, just because they felt like they didn't really need him. At the same time, he did do a lot for that organization, but they traded him because they felt like they didn't need him. But the San Antonio Spurs are not going to trade Kawhi Leonard just because they know what Kawhi Leonard brings to the table. And Kawhi Leonard has always been their leader. Ever since Tim Duncan retired, Kawhi Leonard has been a leader for the San Antonio Spurs. Even though he's injured, he still has been a leader. You know what I mean? Because he done a lot for this team, and he was the finals MVP in 2014. Now this is the thing, a lot of people in the NBA right now is looking at the San Antonio Spurs. They're third in the West right now, they're third seed, and people are just thinking like, oh, San Antonio Spurs, they're doing straight without Kawhi Leonard. They don't really need him right now, it's okay. Remind y'all, man, the San Antonio Spurs know that they need Kawhi Leonard, because at the end of the day, you can play good in the regular season, that's fine. You can play good, but once the playoffs come, that's the real issue. The playoffs is the real thing, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, everybody's looking for that championship. And it's going to be very, very extremely hard because the San Antonio Spurs is in the Western Conference, and they got to go through the Warriors, they got to go through the Rockets, they got to go through OKC, you know what I mean? They got to go through Portland, they got to go through all these different teams, Timberwolves. It's like, they know they need Kawhi Leonard, you know what I mean? Because these teams are going to turn up in the playoffs. And that's why a lot of people don't really see that. And this is a lot going on behind closed doors because Kawhi Leonard is frustrated with the organization because he got to get his fill of the game first, you know what I mean? Time is ticking. It's about to be February. It's about to be All-Star weekend. And Kawhi Leonard has not been playing, you know what I mean? And once he comes back, he needs time to develop. He needs time to get used to the game so he can get ready for the playoffs. We all know Kawhi Leonard is a dog. We all know Kawhi Leonard is an all-star. But this is the thing, man. Kawhi Leonard has been out basically the whole season. And he needs time to get his mindset back to the game. Even though he can score, even though we all know Kawhi Leonard's potential, we all know. But this is the thing. Once you're out for so long, man, you just got to get your feel of the game back. You got to, bring yourself back to the player you was. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, I honestly feel like Kawhi Leonard, he might stay with the San Antonio Spurs just because Greg Popovich, I know he's an outstanding head coach. He's an outstanding head coach. We all know how he treated Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was the leader of the team, and he made sure Tim Duncan stayed with the Spurs. He made sure Tim Duncan was feeling comfortable during injuries and everything. And I know Greg Popovich is watching over Kawhi Leonard right now and making sure that Kawhi Leonard is okay and make sure Kawhi Leonard, stays himself, during this hard process. And it's extremely hard, man. It's extremely difficult right now, the situation Kawhi Leonard is in. That's why he's frustrated. It's just like, I know Kawhi Leonard wants to play. I know he wants to play, but at the same time, it's not his choice to play the game. You know what I mean? You got to go through the rehab, all the people that check up on you and see how everything is going in your body and stuff. It's not his choice to play. For example, Isaiah Thomas been wanting to play. Isaiah Thomas, even though Isaiah Thomas was not supposed to play during the playoffs, it's because he already had his injury. He was already feeling injured, but he still was playing. But as you can see, it got worse. And after that, they was like, oh, no, you're not playing. You're not playing. We got to make sure everything is right. Because at the end of the day, this is a business. You know what I mean? These players are the business. And I know it's very frustrating with Kawhi Leonard because I know he wants to play. I know he want to get back on the court and do his thing, but he can't just because the San Antonio Spurs want to make sure he's okay. This is their star player. They got to make sure that they treat him right. They got to make sure he's in 100% perfect condition so they can, so he can bring what he can bring to the table. And it's very extremely difficult. I don't think people realize the situation Kawhi Leonard is in right now because it's extremely difficult. But like I said, you guys, in my opinion, I don't think Kawhi Leonard is going to leave, man. It's just very tough right now. He's just very frustrated because, he's just trying to play. At the end of the day, he's just trying to play. That's it. But right now, the Spurs organization, everybody just watching over him, just making sure he's okay. Greg Popovich is watching over him, man, and just making sure he's okay. But it's just very, very frustrating. And the Spurs are looking out for LeBron James because, he's about to be a free agent soon. So the Spurs looking out for LeBron James and see if he will team up with Kawhi Leonard. And that would be cool. That would be a really, really cool duo. But you just don't know because even the Lakers trying to, get LeBron. Basically, everybody in the league trying to get LeBron. We all know that. But, yeah, it's very, hard. And I understand Kawhi Leonard's pain, but he just got to keep his head up. And he just got to keep going through this rehab. And he's going to be on the court soon. But I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you press that notification button. TK Gang, we out.